All right, so right now I'm about to change the seal on the fuel injector and also this retaining ring too. I forgot the proper name for it, but I'm replacing that as well. You're supposed to do both before you reinstall the same injectors. So I've already did the number 5 fuel injector, so now I'm about to do the number 6 so that you guys can see that process as well. So first you got to remove the old seal down here. There's a tool they have for that. I'm not paying that money for any tool. So you just cut it out. Just be careful. You don't want to nick the injector itself, but just cut it out. It's just a rubber seal. No reason to buy a special tool for that. And then what you want to do, you want to clean that up a little bit in there before installing the new one. I've already cleaned the head up a bit. So, and I'm going to remove the old ring down here, this little retaining ring. And somebody on there can probably put in the proper name for this. I knew it this morning, but I can't remember it right now. So that's all it is, just a little compression clips that kind of hold it in place. Toss that to the side. Bring in a new one. So there's the new one. Slide it over, and then it just locks in place. And that's it for putting that on. So pretty easy peasy for that. And now we're going to put the new seal on. And for that, we're going to need this that came in the kit with the removing tool. Well, not all removing tools have them. Some are just removing tool, but this has the tools to set the seal as well. So we're just going to slide that over there. And basically we need to slide this all the way down so it opens this up enough to be able to go over the head of the fuel injector. Because these are so tight, you can't just slide them on to the fuel injector. So, and it's kind of a concave up in there to be able to sit onto the head of the fuel injector while you do it. So I'm going to put this on there. You see how I'm putting that on there like that? So it just sits on there. And then I'm going to push this down onto there. What I'm going to use to help me push it down on there, this is my 8mm tool right here. And so I'm just going to take it and use this to help me. Oops, I think it's the other end I need. It kept my seal. Let me get that out of there real quick. All right, put that back on. Slide this down far enough and get that out. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and I'm just going to use that to help push it down. And there we go. It's on there. See? So now I'm done with my tool. I'll put that back in the case because we shouldn't need that anymore. And now it's time to compress this down. So as you can see, I got the 3 all set up in the order of compression from biggest to smallest. So I'll put that one on. I'll push it on, leave it on for a little bit. Just for a few seconds. And then I'll take this one off, and I'll take the next smaller one on and push it on as far down as I can get. That's about as far as I've been able to get it down, about that far. And so you can know that one side is a bit bigger than the other side because it gets smaller, kind of like a cone inside there, to help compress down as you push it down. So after this has been on for a few seconds, I'm going to take the last one and put it on. And then once we take that last one off, from what they say, you have about 30 seconds to get it back into the car before it starts to expand again. So I'm going to take this one off. And the next one is going to go on a bit further on. You can force that down. As you see, the injector tip is sticking out to the other side. And so I'm going to leave that on for a little bit. And when I'm putting it back in, when I was putting in a number 5 in, when I was trying to press it down, it wasn't going in. It took a little bit of work to try to get it in there. So to make it easier on myself, I just used this not only as a removal tool, but an install tool. So I just ended up screwing it back on and using it to push it back in. And it went in quite easy that way. So let's start getting all set up and ready for that. Turn you over this way, zoom you in as much as I can. We're going all the way back to the number 6. All right, and this isn't needed so much anymore, so I'm going to get that out of your way. All right, so I'm going to first remove this back off. And now it's nice and tight, no play up in there. That's how you want it, without the play. And I'm going to get it off up in there, making sure that that knob, notice that there's a little slot for that in there, there's a little slot for that. So make sure that is going into that slot. That's about as far as I got it before, and that's when I took the removal tool and used that to help guide it in the rest of the way. That's good. And I'm going to give this one just a couple more hits just to make sure it's nice and make sure that little part that I showed you sticking out is resting on there. All right, and that's it. So they're in, and so now I'm going to do another video of putting the rest of the stuff back together.